Hello everyone, I'm Kalen North, and welcome back to Spirit Island. Today we're going to be doing another mid-level adversary game. We're going to be playing Russia 2. So first time we've done Russia in this series, and I haven't done Russia much on the channel at all. But we're going to be playing with one of the worst spirits into Russia, Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. So that'll be interesting to see how this goes. We're only on Russia 2 though, so it's not going to be as hard as like a high-level Russia game would be. But explorers have bonus damage, there's an extra beast and explorer on the island, and whenever we destroy explorers, one of them always survives, and we get some fear. There's the loss condition, there's the escalation. It's Russia. It's just low level. So, or mid-level, I should say. We're going to play Branch and Claw, Jagged Earth, and Events, and we're playing on board B, which is potentially going to be interesting here. Board B, we start up in the corner and land 1. Invaders start in the mountains, so that's interesting. We've got a few options for how to deal with that, I think. We could just let land 7 go, is one possibility. And otherwise, we could try and jump over there, maybe with a draft of some sort. I think I'm going to open with... I think I want to open with G3 here. I want to play 2 cards turn 1, most likely, and draft a new power to see what kind of things I'm getting here. Land of Haunts and Embers. That's kind of fun. I don't know that we're going to do it this game. Veil the Night's Hunt would take out an explorer, or well, push it into a new land at least, and get us some fear. Rites of the Land's Rejection would actually stop a build, which could be really helpful. If we do Rites of the Land's Rejection... Well, except the explorers still deal 2 damage, so like it's not actually that much of an improvement. I think I'm interested in Veil the Night's Hunt here. None of these have water, so none of them are great elements for us. But this will at least be an interesting way to start the game. So let's go ahead and play 2 cards, I think. And we'll play Open Shifting Waterways and Veil the Night's Hunt. So I'm planning to Veil the Night's Hunt in land 7 to stop the build, shove the Explorer into probably land 6, maybe somewhere else. I'll think about that in a moment. And then Open Shifting Waterways to pull some Dahan into land 2, and then plan on defending it for 5 next turn. So let's do that. Let's do 1 damage for each Dahan. We generate a Fear and push this Explorer into... I think I want them in land 6. I think that's going to be the safest place, shall we say. And they explore the jungles. Okay, so land 8 is now going to be interestingly dangerous. But we can grow into there and try and do something about that in a minute. Open Shifting Waterways, I'm going to pull Dahan from, I think, just land 3. We'll leave the 1 in land 1. We could actually solve land 4 instead. Push that Explorer out. But I don't think that that really helps us as much as clearing the city, because we're probably going to try and just clear the buildings and sort of rush a low terror victory. So let's get those in there. We'll deal... Do I want to deal 1 to the Explorer? I think I want to, because the Explorer is going to just die in the Ravage anyway, regardless of what I do with that. So let's do it anyway, and we can push it out. Makes it a little safer if we get a bad event or something like that. And then Spreading in Dreadful Mire, let's go ahead and put a presence in land... I think if we put it in land 4, land 6 is going to be a big mess anyway. But if we go in land 4, we can set up Foul Vapors and Fetid Muck to deal with that land. And then land 8... Did I say land 6? I meant land 8. We can defend with Intractable Thickets and Thorns at least, to not get the beast destroyed. And we have Dahan there to do a counterattack, so that might work, maybe. We'll just have to plan to reclaim next turn. So I'm going to go up to 2 energy this turn, I think. And get a Sacred Site in land 4. Get that devastating Explorer instead of the town that they would build otherwise. And grow into probably land 6, just so I can... stop them from building a city there if they do explore wetlands next. So let's play Intractable Thickets and Thorns, Foul Vapor and Fetid Muck. We'll defend land 2. And we get Distant Exploration. Alright, that's fine. Grim Toll does nothing, and Fierce Mean gets us, I think, 2 fear? 3 fear? So that's kind of nice. We get a fear card, skip the lowest numbered land on each, matching the invader card. Okay, well, that may or may not be helpful. Alright. And they explore the wetlands. So we only have the one explorer in land 1, which is kind of nice. But actually, because we have only that one explorer in land 1, we could actually use Spreading in Dreadful Mire to deal with it and push the explorer into... probably back into land 2. Again, this is lower level Russia, so we can get away with some potentially stupid things that we wouldn't be able to in a normal game. And by normal game, I mean higher difficulty game. I shouldn't say that that's normal. But anyway, I'm going to push these 2 explorers into, I think, land 3. Try and keep them spread out a little bit so we don't get too concentrated. I could have done 1 in 3 and 1 in 7, maybe. Might have been better, but oh well. All right, let's go ahead and reclaim. I'm going to make a Sacred Site in land 6. We're going to go to 3 energy, play 2 cards. We'll play Intractable Thickets and Thorns for land 8, and I think Open Shifting Waterways to get Dahan into land 6 to try and set up that counterattack in a moment. And then hopefully we get to Terror 2 pretty soon, and then take out the town in land 6 and just win. But if that doesn't work out, then that doesn't work out. So let's see what happens. All right, Cities Rise. Oh boy. Well, I think that's fine. We still should be able to deal with this. We could Cities Rise in land 8 because we get another 2 defend from Careful Defense. And we could even push the explorers out, but I don't think we want to do that. I think we want to actually keep them in there. Cities Rise. Yeah, let's do it in land 6. That's fine. We'll make it work. And then I will push up to 2 explorers, and I will finish pushing. I'm not going to actually let them out. Each player adds Strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. Okay, let's put a Strife on that city. And each player chooses a land to isolate. That's nice. So we'll isolate land 6, and then land 8 will clear of buildings, and then if, you know, mountains comes up or sands comes up or jungles comes up, we're not gonna get an explorer in those lands. And then let's push an explorer into land 7. And they explore in the jungles, and Russia Escalation will add 2 explorers among lands with beasts. I would rather have them in land 5 than land 8, because land 8 then doesn't explore. So that's great. And then let's go ahead and pull in some Dahan. Although it shouldn't matter if the adjacent invader pieces were pulling Dahan. So yeah. All right, and there's Terror 2. We can ping an explorer. Oh, that's why it asked for that. Okay, so actually, yes, let's let's do this properly. Oh, actually, yeah, we don't want any adjacent lands for invaders because then we can just get then we can just kill the explorer outright. And we're already at Terror 2, so we don't need to worry about that. And then let's go into land 7. Finish that, and then push that explorer into land 5, which isn't actually going to ravage, but, you know, could in a hypothetical world of difference. And then I think that we are good to go with just reclaiming and finishing this off. So let's reclaim, let's gain an earth element, we'll Intractable Thickets and Thorns, and unless the event screws us up, I believe we have this. So I'll play, it doesn't really matter what else we play. Let's play Open Shifting Waterways. Why not? Finish that up, defend there, and Remnants of a Spirit's Heart. That's fine. We can leave it strength with Dahan, because we don't want to craft the warding for sure. And the bonus health isn't going to stop us from killing the city. We don't lose any beasts. And skip build actions in lands where Dahan outnumber buildings. Okay. So invaders ravage in the wetlands, and we push an explorer to, let's just have a party in land 5. And then that wins us the game. So that's Russia 2. Much more straightforward than higher levels of Russia. but still kind of interesting, I think. I mean, if we'd even had the Russia 3 level, that would have hurt a lot to have to keep those explorers more separate. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. And if you have thoughts on what spirit we do next, I have a few candidates already, but I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know below. Take care, everyone.